Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I just came in from getting some sunshine outside. I feel all sun-kissed. It feels so good, even though it's not super, super warm yet, but I still feel the impact. I'm very porous. Are any of you guys porous where you feel like, comment below if you feel like anything you put on your skin, you immediately feel, or anything you eat, you immediately feel. Maybe sometimes perfumes can be too strong for you. My sensitivities and my senses are so heightened and so, I guess, just sensitive that I'm porous and I can receive everything. So when I get a little bit of sun outside, you can immediately see it. Even in the winter, people are like, why are you so tan? And I'm like, legit, the sun actually still impacts me, even though it's cold outside. So it's a blessing, but it can also be a little bit overwhelming when you want to enjoy the other things and it feels like too much. So that could be a little hidden message in there for some people to be mindful of your body and, just become aware of, is it porous? Is it not? Can you handle certain things? Are you starting to become more sensitive to where you can't handle certain things? Because I was not always like this. I was very unaware in my teenage years and 20s. And then I really started to get sensitive in my 30s. And that was after my daughter passed away after my pregnancy. Everything really opened up and expanded after that. All right. So we are here for our weekly energy reading. Let's call on our guides and angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me. Bless my cards. Bless my beautiful viewers. Let's see what this week looks like. Everybody's talking about the calm before the storm. All of my solar weather people that I follow, they're talking about there's a lot of silence right now in space. And with the sun, not a lot of solar flares going on. So they're predicting some sort of geomagnetic excursion or who knows, it could be the flash of light that they've been talking about for years, the angels. Okay, we're going to start with some Micah magic because I know you all love it so much. And I just heard that if you are, oh, someone's at the door. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it was just a package. I could hear them. They didn't knock, but I could hear them before they knocked, so I figured I would catch it. But the first message that I felt guided, the reason why I hopped on to film, when I film, it's never routine. I always just try to get the reading out at the start of the week, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And I like to not have a plan because my guides and angels will give me a message and then I will feel that like life force energy to film. So the message that I got was that if we are judging other people, we will then, here it is, because we don't have empathy for the thing that we're judging. So maybe you're judging somebody for being overweight. I have certain family members that are so quick to comment on people's size. Oh, she's really thin, or oh, he put on a lot of weight. And it's their first thing to talk about. They're just so conditioned and so used to being zeroed in on somebody's physical form because that's what their parents did, and so on and so on. So those people in my family, believe it or not, they have a lot of health issues. So they are judging other people for their size or maybe their health condition, right? According to their body. And now, because they don't have empathy for why that person might have a health condition or they might look that way, or they might not be their healthiest version of themselves, because they're judging that and they don't have empathy, God is, and life and the universe is always trying to bring us into alignment, right? Well, that's out of alignment. So what is going to bring that person back into alignment? How are they going to find empathy? Oh, they're going to find empathy by having to go through it. Like, doesn't that suck? So maybe we can avoid, us spiritually awakened ones who are here and we're like, I want to do the work. I want to be in alignment for the rest of my life. I want to be where God wants me to be, doing my mission, being a lovely person. Well, maybe we can avoid learning all those lessons by having empathy at the start. And the minute you catch your ego judging somebody, ask yourself, how can I find empathy here? Why am I judging them? And delete, 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 universe, delete that thought, delete that comment, delete that conversation, if you get off the phone with somebody and they're complaining the whole time and you kind of joined in, next time don't join in. But as soon as you hang up the phone, delete, delete, delete. Say, universe, I have empathy for that person. I'm sorry I said that. I was unaware when I said it, or I was people pleasing, or I just was not setting a boundary of what, I was allowing into my energy field. And you just delete it and you do better next time. But that's the first message. Whatever you are judging in somebody else, the universe is now going to recalibrate your reality to bring you experiences to make you have empathy for that exact thing that your eyes just judged. Okay, so release all judgment. I talk about this all the time in my coaching program. I talk about it with all of my mentorship clients. If you're looking to be mentored by somebody and you're trying to navigate the spiritual path, you want to manifest more, I will be your mentor. Everything is in the comments. Click the link, come work with me, because I don't just focus on the external, like let's just manifest money and do things. I want you to manifest millions. I want you to manifest your highest timeline. And your body, your somatic energy has to be able to hold the frequency of the energy of that thing. So we'll work on that. And honestly, judgment, criticism, anger, frustration, grief, they will all hold down your vibration and make you feel constricted and tight and small. And you won't be able to expand to hold the energy of the new thing. So everything that I coach in my coaching program is going to make your manifestations happen, because we have to do the inner work first. And anytime you ask for a manifestation, you want to be asking for your body to be able to hold the manifestation first. Okay. And you'll notice when I had 220K months in the summer and in the fall, and I noticed that my nervous system had to adjust to it. When the money came in, I felt the joy of it. I felt the excitement of it. And then I started to feel a little tired. Then I felt like, man, like what's going on? I'm just not as energetic. And I was calibrating. I went to a astrology reading. I got my birth chart read, and the woman literally she wrote down achievement, and then she drew a bubble around it. And she goes, Michelle, anytime you achieve something, you need time and space in that bubble to recalibrate before you jump to the next marker, before you jump. So if I were to jump to like 40K a month, right? I'm going to need a couple months for my nervous system to calibrate. That's just in my birth chart. I didn't even know that about myself until I got that reading done. So I had a couple of those months, and then I had my car accident. Then I got COVID, and it was like my nervous system was saying, hey, we're recalibrating you for more. So get excited, but allow this recalibration to happen. Okay. So sometimes our nervous system is not ready to hold more. And what's being recalibrated during that time is maybe the grief, the judgment, the comparison, eating not healthy foods, right? Putting toxic things into your body. Okay. Great first messages. Now let's get started with the cards. Yeah, a spiritual guide is on the way. This is 100% confirmation. If you've been teetering with working with me, this is your cue. You're needing some sort of spiritual guide, or the universe is going to be bringing you one, because you have to learn these things. You have to learn about you. What can your nervous system hold? Are you somebody like me where we have to recalibrate, or can you just go from 0 to 100, right? You have to get to know yourself and dive into your human design, your gene keys, your birth chart, your numerology. Okay, Mother Mary may be your guide through this. Somebody who's watching this, you connect with Mother Mary. So continue to call on her to ask her to bring you the right guide. You can trust that voice. Take the leap of faith. When you're on your journey and you're feeling lost, right? Most of the women that sign up to work with me, they feel lost. They're like, I want to get out of this marriage, or I want to get out of this job, or I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know what my mission is. Or they have all these talents. Maybe they are a yoga teacher, maybe they make jewelry, maybe they make art, but they don't know how to monetize it. They don't know how to get it. They don't know how to live their day-to-day life doing what they love, making money doing it. So a lot of times we don't get clarity on the next step because we need to be humble and we need to fall into the student energy, and we have to be ready to be taught what to do. So sometimes you hear a little voice, right, that says, hey, you keep seeing Michelle post about her coaching program and you keep blowing it off because you've never done something like that before. But there's this little thing inside of you that's saying, should I try that? I think I need help. I am lost. Guess what? You're not going to get your next steps until you take a leap and do something like a coaching program. Every one of my quantum leaps came after I signed up to work with a mentor, a guide, or a healer or a coach. Every single one of my big income months happened after I worked with a mentor. My first 20K month came after I signed up and I paid $2,000 to become an all game guide. And I went through this intense training with my mentor. Her name is Debbie. And our very first session together, the night or the morning of 3 a.m., I had a memory of an old trauma. It surfaced and it was a really hard trauma to face. I didn't want to believe it happened to me. I was sick to my stomach. I was crying and I almost canceled our session. We had a session at 1 p.m. and I had to drive an hour to her. And I cried the whole way there. And I got there and I said, I'm a mess. I was like, I'm not ready to do this today. I was like, but I still wanted to come because I think this is part of it. And she goes, it's an activation. She's like, it's 100%. You're being trained to be an all game guide, and this is part of your awakening. And so she worked with me that whole hour, and we talked about the trauma. We talked about how it relates to the work that I'm moving towards doing with coaching women in group settings, doing the all game. And what do you know? 4 days later, I had an 11K day. So that breakdown, that uncovering of that trauma, me paying the $2,000 to work with Debbie, all of a sudden brought me $11,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish somebody would have told me this. I didn't know this 2 years ago. So I'm here to tell all of you that this is how it works. You kind of have to sign up with somebody, whether it's somebody in your local community, it's whoever Mother Mary and the universe and God, whoever they're bringing you right now, that's that little whisper saying, hey, you should really do this because this is what's going to double your income. You're going to have a memory surface, or you're going to get to the root of an issue, of a blockage, and the spiritual guide is going to lead you into you. They're going to lead you back into you, which is going to break you open more so you can hold more. That's what we do as coaches. We expand you, right? You're expanding your nervous system to hold more. I cannot say it enough. The thing that blocked me for years was because my nervous system could not hold the higher relationship. It could not hold the higher income. Okay. So we have to go inward to attract more. A past loved one is here. Yay. Somebody loves you. Thank you, whoever's here with us. And I just saw a man, an older man. Could be a grandfather or a father. Okay, I feel like these 4 messages. Heck yes, we have 777. Say yes. It's time to create and pull your energy back. So your loved one is saying, trust that voice. The money is going to come. Go with the spiritual guide. Literally, I put say yes under this by accident. Say yes to any offers you get to work with somebody coming up. Most of the ladies that joined my program, they joined last minute. It was like an impulse. It was like that energy of I got to do it now or else. And that's what this journey is about. Like, you're going to look back at those moments where you took a leap of faith and you did it when you're scared to do it. And you're going to say, I did that. Just like me, I took the leap of faith, paid the $2,000 to Debbie, and I was just like, I'm doing this. I didn't have the money at the time. I did it. And then all of a sudden it sparked all of this extra stuff coming up, all of these old memories. And then I grieved it. And then I made space for more. So it is wild how it's wild how the path works. You ask for more, expect a little breakdown, expect hiring a coach to help you because you have to be able to hold more. You have to be able to expand yourself. And when it's time to create, that's another reason why we need friends, and we need to surround ourselves with people that are on this path, because your capacity to hold more money or to hold a better relationship, whatever it is you want to call in, your self-sabotage, my mentor calls it the saboteur in you will lay on the couch a little bit more. They will feel a little like lazy. They'll be just procrastinating. They won't start the project. That's your inner saboteur. And I talked about it in a video. I'm going to link it. Actually, it's probably not aired yet. It's not aired yet. So maybe after this airs and after that airs, I'll come back and link and put the card in here. Um, your inner saboteur will literally do everything it can to keep you from receiving that bigger amount of money or the business or the person, because deep down your nervous system cannot hold it. So the saboteur will pretend to be tired. The saboteur will convince you to procrastinate, and you'll really believe that you're just tired and feeling lazy and that you can't do anything. And you're like, I gotta trust this, when deep down, that's not what it is. It's literally a sabotage. And you're missing out on this beautiful life just because your unconscious part of you is driving you to not take action because you fear more. So if we can get you to release the inner saboteur, which I can help you do it because I did it for myself. And I know when you talk to me and tell me about your reality, I know what to tell you and what to guide you to look at. I know what questions to ask you. And that's what the All Game taught me too. And when you work with me in my coaching program and in my mentorship, we'll play the All Game. If you don't know what it is, I'll link a video here where you can get a glimpse of it. But it's like Jumanji. Here we go. It's like Jumanji. You are putting yourself in an environment to play a game where the universe can speak to you, and it's going to give you messages, and it's going to say, hey, you're stuck, you're in a dead end here, or it's going to say, hey, you deserve so much love and you're not loving yourself. It just literally brings you cards and moves and messages and synchronicities to tell you what you need to do moving forward. It's kind of like when you're feeling lost in your life, go play the All Game, you'll get the answers. Then we have step into the new you. Step into the new you and release the past. So stepping into the new you would be that situation where you remember a trauma, you release the past, and then you are open to receiving more. So now you're a newer version of yourself. Because guess what? You've never lived in that beautiful body without the story about the trauma. So if you have an unconscious story playing in your psyche and all of a sudden you remember the trauma and you're like, wow, I feel so bad for myself that I experienced that. Oh my gosh, I thought I got love from my parents and they actually neglected me and they breadcrumbed me. And it's like a really tough awareness to go through. But now that you have awareness around it and you understand now, maybe it takes you a couple weeks to figure out, like, why did your parents really do that? And it's just so painful to see our world. It's common that they didn't know any better because of their grandparents and so on and so on. And then you have this new awareness and you're like, oh, I have compassion now. I have forgiveness for my parents. So it comes full circle. And guess what? What we talked about in the beginning of the reading, the judgment, you're now not going to have judgment towards parents who didn't do a good job. You now have empathy because you saw it happen to you. You became aware of it where you were unaware because you might have been sleeping on that idea because you just always thought your childhood was kind of like blank and you didn't really remember much. But when you start to work with somebody like me, everything starts to come up to the surface because you're ready for that more. You're ready for that, the better life, the thing that you want, anything that you guys desire. It's literally outside of your door. If you can imagine it, that means it already exists. Okay. So if you've been having a dream of winning the lottery, it exists for you. But your body is going to run so far away from it if you have these hidden, deeply rooted fears around receiving more. If you've been breadcrumbed in your life, you are no way, shape, or form ready to receive $1 million or the lottery or $50 million or whatever it is you're calling in. Because that breadcrumbing literally is telling you you're not worthy of being paid attention to. And it's so crippling and like you just feel like, oh, this is so sad that somebody did that to me. So now why am I preventing myself from receiving more? Oh, because I don't feel worthy because that's what was shown to me. So unless you're doing deep somatic crying, grieving, breath work to release that pain from that past, that money's not going to come in. And if it does come in, you will absolutely sabotage it. You'll spend it all. You'll be back in debt before you know it. So stepping into the new you comes with releasing the past. Okay, quick breather. That was just a lot that just came out. Cheers, all the little hearts, the little gold hearts. Okay, let's do some tarot. We'll do Angel Wisdom Tarot. This is what it looks like. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know where you're coming from. Okay, where you're tuning in from. Yikes, not a good start, you guys. We have Seven of Swords. Loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution. Be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secrets. Okay, so this could be somebody around you not being honest with you. You might be in a deception energy. And a lot of times our abundance cuts off our ability to step into the new version of us. It's blocked because we're not seeing something. And when we talk about it with our friends or with a coach or with a mentor or somebody, all of a sudden we're like, oh my gosh, this isn't love. This is manipulation. Why am I entertaining this? I just got a vision of a bubble and all these different wands, like it's like the Seven of Wands card in the Light Seers Tarot. It's like all these wands are trying to poke your bubble, and some of them are penetrating your bubble. Some of them are sharp, like swords, penetrating your bubble, and they're poking holes in it and they're siphoning energy. So I want you right now to pause, take inventory of the last 7 days, and write down, literally on a piece of paper, write down every single person that you've been in contact with. And then I want you to write down next to them whether, and I'm just doing this on the fly, I've never had a client do this before. This is great advice though. You're going to write down like kind of like a ranking system, I guess. Spirit is kind of showing me like, this person feeds my soul. This person takes from me. This person's neutral. You know what I mean? Like try to like gauge each person. And next week, for the next 7 days, I want you to only talk to the people that are feeding you. Try to just limit your communication with the people that are taking from you and see if your reality shifts. Because when we're manifesting and when we're co-creating, when we're on a spiritual path, when we're just living life, we want to always be in a great state. We want to be in alignment. We want to be, surrounded by people that feed us. And if we're giving energy to the people that are taking from us, like those people who you listed as takers, and they're not really down for you, they're not really wanting to feed you, they're not worried about you, they're only looking to jump into your phone to get advice. You'll notice this, they'll start a text message with like a compliment, and then they'll pull something from you. And they might even wait until like 7 or 8 messages after they've already like broken the ice with you, and then they ask you for something. So take note of that. Be hyper aware of who is really just wanting to take from you. And you don't have to respond, or you can respond later, or you can respond in the moment and say, hey, I'm busy. You get to choose who you allow into your bubble. But if you're spending more and more time giving to this person, the universe sees you, and it sees the ill will of the person that's messaging you, and it sees you giving attention to them, and you're telling the universe, hey, I want more of this. I'm okay with this crossing of this boundary right now. I'm abandoning my own energy to give to this person who's never going to give to me. And all of a sudden, you start to create more of that. So we always want to make sure we are looking at who is really down for us. And your dream space will tell you. I have dreams of certain people who look like this, where my dream will show them doing certain things in my in the whatever the scene that's happening in my dream. These people will be, I'm dreaming of actual people in my real reality, but they'll be taking from me, or they'll be like holding my wallet and not letting me have my money, or they'll be, I don't know, bringing something into my home that's toxic, right? It's just kind of like, it's something else I have to clean up. It's something else that I'm like, it's an unfair energy. So take inventory of your dream space too. Okay, somebody's going back to school. This is an area of study. This could be my coaching program again. There's an ending to a new beginning. We have the 10 of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles, who is very, very slow moving. So the process of you learning something new, going back to school, maybe taking my coaching program, working with me in the mentorship, and then, taking time to build the abundance. Sometimes it does take leaving something, You're leaving people who are toxic. You're leaving in environments that are not serving you. You're signing up in a new area, and it takes time to build that abundance. So be gentle with yourself and understand that, okay, this person, whoever this could also be a future partner for you. They've worked really hard and they have built the abundance and they have this beautiful land that's waiting for you to come join them. And you are over here in this beautiful, studious woman who knows and has so much knowledge. And maybe they are, it's unique that I have these two in this hand and this one and this one. This could be the divine masculine. He's leaving a marriage. He's gathered his abundance, he's gathered his land, and now he's coming towards her and he's wanting to learn with her. He's wanting to grow with her. They're going to start something new together. Maybe that's going to build a bunch of abundance together, but he's at his wit's end. He's ready to leave. He's like, bags packed, I'm out. And it's because the person that maybe they were with was not their highest love. They were stealing their peace. They were not feeding them. They were filled with judgment and, always critiquing what they did. Okay, let's do a couple more Micah magic. I'm going to read the cards to you real fast, though I feel bad that I didn't. The Page of Earth, which is going back to school, the girl with the books. It says scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get ready or time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships, a new area of study. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it says loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details, wait for perfect timing, a guardian angel or someone who watches over you. And then the Ten of Swords says the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both, the opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So just in case anybody was wanting to know what those cards said, I wanted to share them with you. A limiting belief is blocking you from going forward. Maybe you're hesitant to take this step into this new career. Come out of your cave, they need space. Come out of your cave and they need space. Come out of your cave is always kind of like, don't be afraid, don't be shy. It's safe to move forward. It's safe to start this new thing. And then they need space. Let's get some more cards on that. Spirit, who needs space? Your current energy is creating your future. So this person who needs space, maybe it is the divine masculine who's making all these moves and leaving the relationship, or it could be a feminine leaving a relationship, but they're trying to work on their energy because they don't want to bring that same toxicity to you. Or maybe you're leaving a job and you don't want to start the new job with the old energy. So you're creating space, you're taking space, or they're taking space, and they're coming out of the cave, they're leaving the environment that they were in, they're taking space, and now they're putting good energy into their future. What else do we need to know for this week? Make a plan to save money and more money will come. Breakdown that builds character. You are the sunshine in their life. The breakdown that builds character is the energy of the Ten of Swords, kind of leaving the situation, right? There's something that needs, it could be the end of an addiction. And I just heard somebody's had a really tough 3 weeks. So whoever's watching this right now, you have had a really tough 3 weeks or maybe longer. And remember this, if you think about it like a football game, if you want to get to the end zone is your manifestation. The end zone is the new job, is the relationship, is the more money, whatever it is that you're wanting to call in. Every yard line that you pass, you're moving through a limiting belief. Okay. And as you get closer and closer to the end zone, maybe you're 10 yards away, that limiting belief is so incredibly strong and it feels like the toughest mountain to climb. It is impossible. It feels impossible, but life will just smack you down right at the 10-yard line, right? And then when you get even closer and you climb that mountain, you're like, I did it. I did it. I moved through that belief. I'm not going to settle. Or, you need money by Friday and it's not coming in and it's Sunday and you're freaking out that you're at the 10-yard line. It is the scariest. It is the hardest moment on the journey. This is where you need to push through. You need to hold the line and have faith that on Friday, this thing's going to come in. Okay. And now when you get closer and you're at like the 3-yard line, it's going to get even harder. And some people get into suicidal states right at the 3-yard line. They get to this point where they feel like they're dying because their ego, the limiting beliefs, and I just grabbed both of these cards. So this is definitely about money because this is the money card, making a plan to save. But the limiting belief is dying. It's not you. But a lot of people can feel like their life is over and they're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to support my family if this money doesn't come in? Or if everything's crumbling? Who am I without this job? Who am I without this relationship? Or I just don't know who I am anymore. Nothing makes me happy. Those thoughts all happen within the 10-yard line. You are so close to your breakthrough. You cannot give up. Do not stop at the 3-yard line. You have 3 steps, right? 3 tiny steps before you have your breakthrough. Okay. So right when you're at that breakdown moment, you're building that character because you're learning that, okay, if I just keep holding on, keep holding on, keep holding on, all of a sudden you're in the end zone. It drops in and you're like, oh, all of that pain was worth it. Oh my gosh, that whole run was so high and low, so high and low. Like maybe it was a 6-month run where you were just like, I don't know if this is going to happen. I've been in the waiting phase for 3 months. When is this manifestation going to come in? And then all of a sudden it drops in and you look back at the 6 months and you're like, wow, it was all designed. It was all a game and I made it. All right. So cheers. Hold on a little bit longer. Okay. Set energetic boundaries. A windfall of money. Hold the line. That's so funny. Hold the line. Do not give up. You are running and you've been running for a really long time. Your happy ending is about to arrive. Now we set the energetic boundaries and my throat was just clearing energy. I don't know if you could hear it. But when we're setting energetic boundaries, we're speaking our truth. We're saying no. We're right at the 3rd-yard line and we're like, get off me, get off, get off, get off, get off. Nobody's going to stop you from moving forward. That limiting belief, the ego is going to chirp. It's going to tell you this is never going to work. I'm telling you, when you're at the 3-yard line, the ego get the limiting beliefs, AKA your ego, the angel of fear, all of those fears and doubts are going to be so loud. And all these people from your past are going to be like, what are you doing? How are you? And they're going to want your energy because they can feel what you're about to receive. And you're going to say, nope, 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 nope. I'm running. You're not pulling on my jersey. I am moving into the end zone. And it's my turn to receive. And I have full on certainty that I know I am worthy of this. And I'm not giving up. I'm telling you, the disguise of the energy of right before you receive the manifestation, it really feels like your life is over. It could be a court case. It could be you getting sued for something. It could be literally getting evicted. It could be you feeling suicidal and having these thoughts. And that's what happens when we're going through an ego death is we feel like we're dying and we don't want to be here anymore. We don't see a way out. And you're so close to the breakthrough and you just have to hold on because the miracle that is about to arrive in your life, it is going to be everything you've ever wanted and you didn't give up. You want to stay here and you want to say, I didn't give up. I pushed through. And if you are feeling like you're not taking action on something, like what we talked about before with the procrastination and the saboteur, you could be on the 5-yard line and you're procrastinating. You're sitting on something that is so close to you. And all you need is 24 hours of just balls to the wall. You just start creating content. You just put your podcast out there. You start promoting the business. You promote your launch. You do whatever you do and you just keep going. You don't give up. Even when nobody signs up, you don't give up. You keep going. You know that what you're adding out into the world is valuable So you have to believe that, okay, if I'm doing what I love and I know it's adding value to the world, somebody needs it, right? Because if it's something that you once needed, then that means somebody else needs it. So take these messages with you and know that whatever you have to offer, there's somebody out there waiting to receive it. And don't let the 5-yard line, suck you into the procrastination where you just are too tired to do it, or you're thinking, what's the point of doing it? Nobody's going to sign up or nobody's going to listen. You just take 24 hours and you push out the limiting beliefs and you say, screw it. I am doing this. I am committing. I am going to be my biggest advocate. I am going to push my content. I'm going to push myself at this job to do the best that I can. Whatever it is, you're just going to go for it. And you're not going to listen to the angel of fear, right? You're not going to listen to that voice that's trying to keep you from climbing that mountain. Okay, let's end with, what do we want to end with? Let's end with my ever unfolding heart deck. This is the very first deck I created. Final message. Can you guys guess what we got? A freaking miracle is on the way. Open your arms. Can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Open your arms. A miracle is on the way. The other card we got was crocodile. You are being called to let go of the timing of things. You must wait for the universe to move things for you. You will wake up one day and it will be time. That's my most favorite advice that I give all of my female clients when they're going through something difficult. I say, listen, if you're not ready to leave this yet, you will wake up one day and you will be ready. The anxiety will build, the frustration will build, the wanting more for yourself will just overcome you. And you're just going to be like, why am I putting up with this BS? I'm getting out. And you'll just know one day when it's time. So trust the crocodile. It sits, it waits, it rests in the water, and it's just observing its surroundings, and then it takes action. Okay. But long reading short, 777, money is coming, a windfall is coming. It's time to create. You and this person are going to come together and build something so beautifully. And don't forget, you are at the 3-yard line. Do not give up. You're holding the line. You're going to keep going because you're so stinking close. All right, lovies, if you want to work with me, we got a lot of messages about a spiritual guide, you pushing through your procrastination. A lot of times we need to be able to see our trauma to break through that abundance barrier. The windfall wants to come in, but if your nervous system can't hold it, you will sabotage it. You won't do the thing. Or even, with manifestation, sometimes we don't even need to take action. We just need to open our hands to receive it. You can't open your hands when you're scared, when your nervous system is like, I can't have that much money because I just, I was breadcrumbed my whole life. How can I be worthy of something so big and so wonderful? And your hands are going to be closed unconsciously. You're not even aware that you're doing it. So if you want to open your hands, sign up for my program. The doors are closing tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day to get in. So hit the link in the comments. I would love to assist you on this journey. We'll do readings. We'll do the all game. I will coach you for 6 weeks with the other ladies in the group, and we're going to unpack everything, and your life is going to transform. I'm telling you, miracles happen when people start to do this work. All right, lovies, I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful week, and I cannot wait to hear about all the miracles that you're going to experience because they're coming. Get excited. All right, peace out.